Hey, what is up YouTube? This is Platinum Point, and I'm here to bring you guys yet again another Weiss Schwarz video. Today we're going to be discussing 8 gate or 8 comeback or 8 door Bocchi The Rock, and we're going to be going over my card choices as well as some of the combos and interactions that this deck has, so that if you guys decide to build a deck like this, you'll understand how to go about it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and stay tuned. So before we begin, I just wanted to thank you guys for again getting me to 800 subscribers. I know I have been away for a while. I've just been busy with work, and just overall I didn't have time to literally sit down and record a video. I've been either deck testing, deck building, or just overall just tired. So now that things are getting better, I'm gonna try to post at least one video a week, so just to slowly get back into the swing of things. So before we go on to this deck profile, I just want to do a quick update. I am going to be exploring the other TCGs that I've been playing during this time period, so I will be going into deck profiles into that, because this channel is not only just about Weiss Schwarz, it's about anime and trading card games. So keep an eye out for some of the newest content that I'm going to be uploading. So before we go into the deck profile, I just also want to discuss why I chose Bocchi The Rock. So when Bocchi came out in Japanese, and I saw a bunch of my fellow friends and acquaintances at my locals play the deck, I was really enjoying how the deck functioned, and I said to myself, if this deck does come to English, and it did, I was gonna pick it up, because I just like how some of the combos went about, and especially the level 3 Bocchi. And I will explain about how the level 3 Bocchi works, because she's the finisher that I went with. And there is the other one, the bar finisher, and I have that in my own, I call it my personal playset. So I can showcase that deck later on, but I just wanted to showcase this one because I like this 8-door Bocchi The Rock, because it plays like 8-door quintuplets with a splash of slime in the terms of using the event for memory compression. So I actually like those two kind of play styles, and I wanted to just build the deck, this version of Bocchi, and play it primarily. So without further ado, let's get on to the level zeros. We're gonna talk. So I play 3, not 3. Sorry, my tripod likes to move about. So I play 4 copies of Bocchi-chan Itorigoto. This is the Rize of the deck, as well as a stock bomb reverser. So this is your main utility level 0, your deck speed at the early games. And one neat interaction is, if you want to free play, early play this level 3 Rio, you just send this Bocchi from field to the waiting room as cost, and you're able to free cast the Rio healer. So that's one of the reasons why I actually like this card, because not only does it help you wipe board, but it is free deck speed as well as free cost for early play healing. So I'll leave it right here. So we play 4 copies of the Bocchi Rize. Next we play 4 copies of the Bocchi Ricky. So this is the same Ricky profile that HoloLive has, and even Quints have this profile, where when this card is sent from waiting room to from field to waiting room, you may pay 1, put the top card of your deck into clock, reveal the top 2 cards of your hand. If it is either a music character or these events, you can add them to your hand. So it allows you to not only add for dig for events, but also just your characters. So we play 4 of that. We also play 4 copies of the Nijika Brainstorm. The reason why we play this is not only is it a salvage brainstorm, but this helps you keep your hand size pretty big, because it has the first ability, which is you increase your hand size by 1 per copy. So when you have 2 in the back row, you're able to keep a max hand size of 9, which this deck tends to fluctuate between 7 to 9 really easily, since the Bocchi Climax combo allows you to filter and refill your hand. So we play 4 copies of the Salvage Brainstormer. Next, I play 2 copies of the Drop Salvage Bocchi. So this Bocchi also has the effect where when this comes into play and I happen to have 2 or less cards in memory, and I happen to have the Disgraceful History events in my waiting room, I can shove it into memory. So this allows me to easily get free memory compression and make sure that I also get hand filtering with the Drop Salvage. So we play 2 copies of that. I also play 2 copies of this draw drop profile. I got this idea from Simu from Chairman TCG. In fact, this list is pretty much a variant of his 8-door Bocchi, so I would like to give him credit for it, because when he explained this profile about how you get free filtering as a level 0 with the draw ditch if you have 2 or more other characters, and then you get to ditch a music to draw an additional card. It's really good at filtering all the dead cards and helping you just draw into playables that I just so love this profile, because it's basically a free one for ones that allow you to load up the graveyard of any bricks and also set up your hand for your combos. And then lastly, we play 1 copy of the Climax Swapper, which also has the profile when it comes into play top 2 check rearrange. And then now moving on to the level 1s, we play 4 copies of the Climax Combo Bocchi. So she actually has the same profile, Climax Combo profile, as the level 1 Itsuki from Quince, where on attack you can discard a card, reveal up to the top 3 cards of your deck, and you get to add any character, but for this one you get to add any character and any of the Disgraceful History. I know the Itsuki also allows you to add a character and whatever specific event listed on the effect, but for this deck it actually matters, because these events essentially allow you to either plus to hand and compress, or stock swap. So being able to just not only thin out your deck and add cards to your hand in order to just facilitate follow-up plays via either looping the climax or just slamming the climax and pushing damage. So this allows you to just get free bodies. Next, we play 2 copies of the Futari Goto. So what she does is you get to discard a card from your hand, salvage a character from your waiting room equal to the number of the Bocchi Rize in your waiting room. So you're always going to be able to at least salvage a level 0. And if you have multiples in the graveyard, you're able to salvage practically everything in the deck, which is great for hand filtering, but also great for salvaging and getting resources. Sorry. Next, I play 2 of the Nijika level 1s. So this profile I've been testing around, because one thing I noticed with Bocchi The Rock is even though you have ways at free play level 3s, there's oftentimes I find myself starving for stock. So I decided to test out playing this Nijika, because her profile is when a climax is played, when I declare an attack, I can check the top card of my deck. If it's a level 1 or higher, I get to put into stock. So this allows me to get free compression, as well as it's kind of like a pseudo twin drive if you hit the level 1 or higher requirement. So it allows me to compress my deck, as well as get enough stock for my finishing turn. Because ideally you want to have enough stock to field 2 of the Bocchi finishers and 1 of your secondary finishers, or if you're really lucky, triple Bocchi, but that's kind of rare. Or in most cases it's like 1 Bocchi, 1 and 2 secondary finishers. So you want to be able to have enough stock to facilitate your finishing combo. So I wanted to make that easy for myself, so I decided to play 2 copies of the Nijika. And then lastly, for the level 3s and going on to the level 2s, we play 4 copies of the Disgraceful History event. So the 1/1s are basically the anti-magic mask that ties it, like from Slime, where you get to pay 1, shove this event into memory, and search your deck for a character. And then this one is a pay 1. Your opponent puts all the cards in their stock into their deck, shuffles their deck, and then places X number from the top of their deck equal to the number of climaxes returned. So this is a pseudo stock swap, but it's pretty decent. So continuing on with the level 2s, we play the Bocchi Anti-Change. This is just here to threaten Overlord, because Overlord is a problem right now. We do have it at full power, so just being able to have something to threaten the Irons, as well as certain early play board setups, is really helpful. And then lastly, 1 copy of the I forget the term again, the Bocchi Fumio, which is also a 2-soul swinger. So you can also field this when you're trying to kill your opponent, because you can Fumio down, decompress their deck, and then just swing for damage. And then moving on to the level 3s, I play 2 copies of the 3/2 Nijika secondary finisher. So when she comes into play during this turn, she gets to on cancel burn 1 twice, and then she has a pay 4, discard 1, burn 2. So she's just a free, like a free extender for your finishing combo. And then next we play 2 copies of the Rio. So what this Rio does is I can pay 1, sack a character on play, salvage a climax, and add it to my hand. And then on attack, pay 2, choose 3 cards from my opponent's deck and shuffle them into the deck. So it's a free on attack decompressor, which is really nice, because if they're close to refresh and you know that they're clean hits, you can just shuffle back 3 additional clean cards and just extend the amount of damage you deal, provided they don't have a free fresh backup. If they don't have a free fresh backup, that just helps you close the game, just like really simple. And then I play 3 copies of the Rio early play, so it's a 2 or less climax condition. And then if I have the level 0 Bocchi on board, I can sack it to play this for free, and it's heal from damage to waiting room, which is really nice. And then next I play 4 copies of the Bocchi finisher. So she's a unique healer where she heals to the bottom of the deck when she comes into play, and then she pairs with this door, in which on attack I discard 2 and choose 1 of the Disgraceful History events in my memory and put it into the waiting room. Then I can perform the following effects twice, which is I mill the top card of my deck, and if it's a climax, I can burn 2. If it's not a climax, I only burn 1. So essentially is on attack, if you have 3 of her, that is 9 instances of damage. Like, that's the ideal situation if you can launch it. because you're gonna level yourself up with one of the copies. So chances are you're gonna have either 2 or 3 in hand. And if you have 3 and you're able to have enough hand to tri-field this is 9 instances of damage off of 1 card, which is, I mean, not 9 instances off of damage off of 1 card. It's 3 instances of damage off of 1 card, 9 for all 3. So like, your opponent is gonna have a hard time canceling, but it does happen. But overall, I just like this finisher because, again, there's just multiple instances of damage built into it, so you're likely to close the game. And honestly, I just like Bocchi. Bocchi is one of my favorite characters in the series. Like, it's rare where you have a character that just makes all those faces. I can't help but just enjoy that series. I love it because it explores social anxiety, something that I personally struggle with. Not to a very bad extent like Bocchi, but I do have bouts of social anxiety, and I know people that have pretty much the same level of social anxiety as her. So being able to kind of play one of my favorite music series, and it's a music set that I actually enjoy, is just wonderful. Don't get me wrong, I like Bang Dream, but it didn't resonate with me as much as Bocchi did. So that's why I kept it, and Bang Dream went bye-bye for me. So I hope you guys like this deck profile. I am going to be going into examining other decks. Like, one deck that I just picked up recently is Shauna. Right here. I have Door Choice, but I want to wait till the Dengeki Bunko set comes out before I showcase this deck, because I like the finisher that set has to offer, and I feel like this build that I'm currently running is just a placeholder for now. So I don't want to like just rush in and profile it. I may profile it as one of the Shauna builds that you run, but it's not going to be a Shauna build that I personally like to run. So we're going to be doing a video on that. Another thing I have in terms of in the works is I have this. I also have an update on my Hololive deck. I'm just picking up a few more pieces before I can showcase that. The next video that I'm planning on posting is Pokemon TCG videos, because I recently just got back into playing it after the World Championship, which happened right in my home state. So just being able to like go there, see a bunch of people, and even pick up some nice merchandise. In fact, the mat that you see on this video is one of the playmats I purchased at the pop-up Pokemon Center. I also picked up a few goodies here and there, so I wanted to just be able to showcase another card game that I love. I am also planning on showcasing this, my One Piece deck. If you guys are interested in seeing what I've been playing in One Piece, I haven't been playing One Piece a lot lately. Again, there's so many card games I have. It's just that I don't have a lot of time, like just like moving between the two. So I haven't had the time to film those videos, but yes, I have them planned, and I do intend on rolling them out just because I like those card games as well, and I want to highlight them on this channel, because this channel is more than just Weiss Schwarz. It's card games, it's trading card games, it's anime. So I like to showcase my love for all of that. So I hope you guys bear with me as I do that, and I hope for those that might be interested in seeing Pokemon content or even One Piece content, get a kick out of it, because there's a lot of stuff that I've been cooking in terms of just deck builds. In terms of One Piece, I wouldn't say I'm a really good player at it. I haven't played it that much, so I consider myself kind of a noob in that deck, but noob in that game because there's still parts of like deck building for that game that how do I say it? It doesn't, there's parts of it that clicks and then there's parts that don't, and it's still like, I'm still learning. So I'm gonna be honest, I consider myself a noob in that game, but I do like that game. It's really fun. But to me, it's not as fun as Weiss Schwarz. I don't consider it like my main game, like how I consider Weiss Schwarz a game. I prefer I see One Piece as a game that I like to play like almost semi-competitively but mainly with my friends and the people at my locals. I don't see myself like just going all out unless maybe when Blackbeard comes out, I may go into it pretty ham, but we'll have to see. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace out and stay on point, guys.